The wind screams across a desolate battlefield, a symphony of chaos and steel. In its heart stands Miyamoto Musashi, his shadow a jagged scar against the blood-red sun. This isn't just a man. He's a tempest, a raw force of will that sliced through history's fog. They call him the man who solved life, not because he tamed its savage heart, but because he faced its unrelenting fury and laughed. His life was no quiet path through cherry blossoms. It was a brutal, unyielding war against existence itself. Who was this man, forged in fire, who turned life's chaos into his canvas? Strap in. We're plunging into the dark, pulsing soul of Musashi's legend, a tale that'll grip you, shake you, and demand you rethink what it means to live. 1. Forged in blood, the making of a legend. Miyamoto Musashi wasn't born with a silver spoon. He was born in the dirt, orphaned in a Japan that chewed up the weak and spat them out. By 13, he was no child. He was a predator, wielding a wooden bakken that cracked a grown man's skull in his first duel. Years later, he still never tasted defeat. But this isn't about the bodies he left behind. It's about the mind that made him untouchable. The weak wait for life to happen. The strong take the sword and carve their own path. Musashi didn't just fight men, he battled fear, doubt, and a world that crushes the unprepared. Picture Jake, a 30-year-old coder drowning in a cubicle, scrolling TikTok at midnight, feeling life slip away. He's not facing samurai, but he's in a duel, against mediocrity, against the voice whispering he's not enough. Musashi would grab him by the collar and snarl, "Pick up your blade, whatever it is, and fight. Hesitation is death." Musashi's life was a middle finger to excuses, a testament to forging your own destiny in a world that doesn't care. 2. The void within, mastering the inner war. Musashi wasn't just a warrior, he was a monk of the mind, a man who dove into the abyss of his own soul and came out sharper. His Book of 5 Rings isn't some dusty relic. It's a grenade of wisdom, raw and explosive. Musashi taught us that we need to cut loose what doesn't serve us. Ruthless, precise. Every thought, every action had to serve a purpose. Waste was his enemy. He meditated in icy caves, trained until his hands bled, and stared into the void to find truth. That's not discipline, that's obsession, a hunger to conquer the chaos most of us drown in. Think of Ryan, a man grinding through 2 jobs, his dreams buried under bills and exhaustion. His battlefield is different, but the war is the same. Musashi's words cut through. In the void is virtue and no evil. Strip away the noise, social media, societal pressure, self-doubt, and focus. Ryan could channel that clarity, slice through distractions, and reclaim his life. Musashi didn't just teach survival, he taught domination through relentless focus. In Vagabond, Musashi stands in the rain, blade dripping blood, eyes burning with purpose. It's not just art, it's a reminder. You are your own greatest enemy and ally. Try it. Kill your phone for an hour, sit with your thoughts, and ask, what's my next move? That's Musashi's spirit cutting through the fog of modern life. 3. The dance of death, strategy over brute force. Musashi's genius wasn't raw strength, it was strategy, a chess game with lives on the line. Do you remember his legendary duel against Sasaki Kojiro on Ganryu Island that I told you about in my old videos? That wasn't just a fight, it was also a massacre of the mind. Kojiro, a prodigy with a blade longer than most men's egos, thought he had the edge. Musashi, he showed up late, rattled Kojiro's nerves, and carved a wooden oar into a weapon that crushed his skull. That's not luck. That's a man who saw the board and played it like a god. To know 10,000 things, know one thing well. His words hit like a warhammer. Master your craft, coding, writing, lifting, whatever. Depth trumps breadth. In today's world, this means picking one thing and owning it. Want to get jacked? Ditch the trendy workouts and grind deadlifts and squats. Want to dominate your career? Know your industry's guts, not just its surface. Musashi's strategy was precision. Know your enemy, know yourself, and strike where it hurts most. Look at Attack on Titan's Levi Ackerman. He's not the strongest, but he's untouchable because he reads the battlefield like Musashi read his foes. Levi's spinning slashes, cold and calculated, echo Musashi's approach. No wasted moves, no mercy. Apply that now. Stop flailing, start striking with intent. Whether it's a project, a workout, or a tough conversation, plan your move and execute. 4. The art of war and beauty. Here's the twist. Musashi wasn't just a killer. He painted with the precision of a sniper, sculpted with the patience of a monk, and wrote poetry that could gut a warlord. His ink paintings, stark and haunting, mirrored the deadly arc of his katana. A single brushstroke, like a single cut, had to be perfect. This wasn't escape, it was war by other means. The way of the warrior and the way of the brush are one. Musashis Secret. Life isn't about choosing between destruction and creation, it's about mastering both. Meet Marcus, a burned-out entrepreneur who's lost his fire. He's grinding, but it's joyless. Musashi would tell him to find beauty in the fight, paint, write, create something raw. That act of creation isn't weakness, it's rebellion against a world that wants to box you in. Try it. Grab a pen, sketch something messy, let it scream you. It's not about being good, it's about being alive. Musashi's art was his defiance, a way to channel the same ferocity that made him a legend. 5. Nature's brutal lessons. Musashi didn't need books or senseis. The world was his teacher. Rivers taught him flow, mountains taught him resilience, storms taught him survival. The true science of martial arts means practicing them in such a way that they will be useful at any time, and to teach them in such a way that they will be useful in all things. Nature doesn't negotiate, and neither did he. A storm doesn't care about your feelings, neither does life. This resonates in 2025's chaos, job markets shifting, economies wobbling, life throwing curveballs. You can't control the storm, but you can learn its rhythm. Musashi's time in nature wasn't about finding himself. It was about facing existence's raw truth. Spend a day in the wild, no phone, just you and the elements. Feel the hunger, the cold, the silence. That's where Musashi found his edge. That's where you find yours. 6. The Unyielding Spirit, Musashi's rivalries. Musashi's life wasn't solitary, it was forged in the fire of rivalries. Sasaki Kojiro wasn't just an opponent, he was a mirror, pushing Musashi to his limits. Their duel wasn't about victory, it was about transcending the self. Rivalries sharpened Musashi, forcing him to evolve. Think of your own rivals, not enemies, but those who challenge you to be better. Embrace them. They're not obstacles, they're fuel. 7. The legacy of the unsolved. Musashi didn't solve life. He mastered it by embracing its unsolvable nature. He died alone in a cave, pen in hand, still writing, still seeking. That's not failure, that's defiance. His final lesson, life's a duel that never ends. You don't win by solving it, you win by fighting well. For the Jakes, Ryans, and Marcuses out there, Musashi's story isn't a fairy tale, it's a battle cry. Stop waiting for answers. Stop chasing hacks, pick up your blade, your passion, your grit, your will, and swing. Life doesn't owe you clarity, it owes you a fight. Musashi carved his name into eternity, not because he solved life, but because he refused to let it break him. What's your duel? What's the one thing you're avoiding because it terrifies you? Musashi's ghost is watching, and he's got no patience for excuses. Grab your sword, step into the arena, and make life flinch. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.